all. Welcome everyone to an episode of Driver Focus. Today I have a really special episode. I'm extremely honored to have Tanvir here. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did. How are you guys? Nice to see you.
Perfect. So we have one of the best driver focus vehicles here today in the world ever created. Tanvir, you want to tell us a little bit about this special car? It's a one-off almost at this point, right?
Sure, yeah. So this is the legendary Carrera GT. For real Porsche nerds that are out there, this is basically the Porsche 980. That's the internal designation. It's famous for a lot of reasons, but I would argue that it's most famous because it is the last manual gearbox supercar, the analog driving experience, the only V10 that Porsche put in a road-going car, and to me, it's the GOAT.
That's right. There was not a lot of cars in this era that came with a V10 connected to a manual. The only other one I could think of is the BMW E60 M5.
Yeah.
And they have similar tones of rasp, but nothing beats the driver experience of this, right?
I mean, you can't go wrong with the Germans. I'm a big BMW guy too. Yeah. But for me, the sound is amazing. This particular car has been enhanced by Graham Rahal's exhaust that he put on here, which is a really cool 308 stainless steel exhaust. The sound, the back pressure is a lot less, but probably the coolest part of it is that we save about 70 pounds behind the rear axle because the exhaust is back here.
It's probably a massive exhaust.
Massive. And back in the early 2000s, the EPA required that they put a lot of stuff in what they call the suitcase, and you take that out and you save a ton of weight behind the rear axle. It's like a game changer for the car, not just the sound.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I see you kept the car mostly stock, but you kind of added your own flair to it.
Yeah.
The wheels are the same, which I think are beautiful
Stock.
the way they came.
Yep.
I like that you added your little own art touch. Can you tell us a little bit about that? It's very unique,
Yeah,
so we have to know.
There's a huge backstory behind this. As you can see, the car, it's hand painted. Most people think it's a wrap, but it's actually hand painted by a dear friend of mine, Pinstripe Chris on Instagram. It goes from black to silver with this kind of gradient. This was all done freehand at SEMA live over 2 days for 8 hours a day. And for me, you know, I can't draw a stick figure, so to watch him do his work and create this masterpiece is truly stunning. But the question always comes up, right? Why did you paint a Carrera GT? First of all, it's on top of the PPF, but that's part of the origin story. So this car was the test mule for Carless USA paint protection film and windshield protection film. And basically through every iteration that they would come up with, they would say, we need 8% more elasticity, 10% more tack, so on and so forth. And they'd keep doing that. And as they changed everything, they basically used this car as the test mule. And I'm driving this up to Monterey Car Week, and it's going to have 25,000 miles on it, which is a significant amount for a CGT.
Is that one of the highest ones out there?
Well, there's some that have really been driven, which I respect all of those folks that have that. But when this car got done, they basically said at the booth where we're going to launch this paint protection film and windshield protection film, what better way to honor the test mule than to have it hand painted and make it a one-of-one work of art?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love that it has high miles, right? The whole thing about driver focus is that you get to drive the car, right?
Yeah.
The whole enthusiasm is about being behind the wheel, thinking about nothing but the road in front of you and feeling every mechanical inch of that car, right?
Absolutely.
So it's the best experience to have.
What better way to maybe honor the driver's car, your channel, and the sound by maybe taking it for a drive?
All right, sweet. Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Cool.
All right, let's fire this bad boy up. What do you say?
Let's do it. So this is the starting sequence for a Carrera GT.
Pretty simple. Keys on the left, a holdover from Le Mans, where, you know, fun nerd fact is that when people used to run across the racetrack and jump in their car, Porsche put the key on the left so that you could put the key on the left and shift into first, so you'd have a advantage time-wise. So we're off. So I want you to pay attention to a couple of different things. First thing I want you to tell me is as we kind of get going, does this feel like any other race car that you've been in terms of the comfort level of the seat?
Yeah, the comfort level in the chair is like, I don't even realize that I'm sitting in a Recaro or a bucket seat until you told me. So
Single piece of Kevlar. My wife says this is the most comfortable Porsche that I have.
extremely ergonomic.
So when you take about 70 pounds off of the rear chassis or the rear axle, not only does it sound amazing, it unleashes the V10, but you get a significant savings in weight behind the rear axle of a mid-engine car, so the physics and the dynamics of driving are radically improved by doing that.
Right.
I personally like a stainless steel exhaust as opposed to titanium. It has a less tinny sound, and if you're a metallurgical nerd, you know, steel is going to handle the heat better, especially at high heats than titanium. And so
Right.
I think there's a structural reason, but there's also an audio reason. But between that and replacing the standard lead battery with a lithium-ion battery, this car is sub 3,000 pounds.
So yeah, it's kind of known in Porsches there aren't a lot of mods you can do to a car, but there are certain things and the small things that you do when you modify a Porsche that go a long way.
Absolutely. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Definitely one of the greatest driver-focused experiences you can have.
Very visceral, manual gearbox,
Yeah.
easy to drive. Kids at home, don't buy everything that you read on the internet.
That's right. That's exactly what I was just thinking right now, right?
Yeah, so a couple of things about that. One is that the clutch is what you'll read on all these forums. People don't know what they're talking about. If you can drive a manual gearbox, you'll be able to drive this clutch easily in 2 minutes in a parking lot. The key is that Porsche has designed an anti-stall device to prevent you from burning out the very small clutch in this car. Its center of gravity is so low that the Germans wanted to prevent you from jacking up your own clutch. So what they did was they said, hey, listen, if you try to give it gas at the same time you engage the clutch or you are releasing the clutch pedal, you'll burn it out. So we're just gonna kill the car. So it has an anti-stall device so that if you give it gas the way you traditionally would a manual while you're trying to feather the throttle while you're engaging gear, it will die. So you don't do that. You just let go of the clutch, it will start to drive, and then you hit the gas. And it will do that even on a very steep hill. You could be on Lombard Street in San Francisco. You let go of the clutch, it'll start taking off, you can get on the gas and you can go to town. So all those idiots online that are like, oh, the clutch, the clutch, the clutch, they don't know how to drive. So what will get you into trouble? First generation Porsche carbon ceramic brakes. They take a lot of heat to work and bite, and when they get that heat, they work fantastically. But until they get that heat, a little bit sketchy.
So you got to work them in until...
You got to get them going to where you have a little bit of heat in them. But what that really means in a civilian environment, not on a track, you have to adjust your braking distance to stop earlier than you think you are, because you're starting to haul some real tail in this car. You're going fast, but you have to apply the brakes earlier than you think you do, at least initially, to get a little heat in them, get the film off of the rotors, and then you're in business. But that can get you into serious trouble. That, combined with old tires, were always kind of the critical Achilles of this car. Now, recently, all of these cars had a kind of no-drive moratorium put on there. So Porsche found there was some corrosion in a ball joint. And these guys said for all of the 1,200 that are left in the world, some of them are RIP, we're going to, for free, come up with new parts, install them for free, then we're going to make them out of titanium, so that tooling is going to take some time. We're going to give you a brand new set of tires, which recently shaved off tons of time off of the stock Nürburgring time, which you probably saw.
Thank you, Michelin.
Thank you, Michelin. And we're going to give you a service credit for $3,500, and then you're going to do that. Now mine, because it's been driven, continued to enjoy a lot of miles during that time after it was checked and it was safe. But all of that was done for free by Porsche for everybody that owned a Carrera GT. Can't say that about a lot of other brands, and especially 20 years later. Pretty amazing. And now the car is even better, and it remedied that issue of everybody having old tires because they don't get driven, they have low miles. Well, everybody who's on the road now or got that service done has brand new tires.
And I think that's why drivers choose Porsche, is because Porsche chooses their drivers, right?
That's such a great point, man. And you know, I obviously am biased because I'm a huge Porsche nut, but I totally agree with that statement. And for me, that's what it's all about. Pretty epic.
Insane.
You had an E46 back there that was checking out the scene, and I had to...
You had to flex on him?
No, I didn't flex on him. I mean, I just wanted to say what's up in my own special way.
Yeah, I think that's kind of our way of understanding.
Yeah. But that was a nod to him. By the way, E46, killer car. Manual gearbox, made it inline six. One of my favorites of all time.
We're going to be doing a video on one of those really soon.
I'm a huge fan.
Do you have one yourself? Have you had one?
I had one. I had one before I switched to a 250,000 mile Toyota Camry when I started law school.
Yes. What color was it?
The E46 or the Camry?
The Camry.
It was green. I called it the Green Goblin.
The Green Goblin.
That thing was epic, man.
Shout out Spider-Man.
Shout out Spider-Man. Shout out Toyota. Yeah, don't, that's the thing about driver focus, man. Don't let these fools flex on you and be like, oh,
yeah,
I have all this nice shit. No, everybody started from the bottom unless they're extraordinarily blessed. But, you know, for me, I think that's what allows me to appreciate this car so much is that, you know, I still remember fondly how much I love the Green Goblin. And a Lexus I had before that, and my old 325, which was my first car.
Yeah.
And now, you know, I get to appreciate this, and it really is driver focused.
Hell yeah. Well, that was a short pull on a stop sign, amazing brakes.
Amazing brakes. The wing goes up automatically at 72 miles an hour, and it gives you additional downforce. And the car is just awesome, man. It's, you know, it's gearbox positioning right here. Looks odd, but, you know, if you look at a race car that has like any type of a high sequential shift or anything like that, it's a natural position to be able to shift. Once the gearbox gets warmed up, you know, you can kind of slam through the gears. But that really is kind of the driver focus of this car, and that's why I'm just thrilled to be a part of your channel and share some time with you, man. I love what you're doing, and I love that I can learn about other real drivers and real drivers' cars through your channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, thank you.
More to come.
Love it.
Before you take off, we have one question for you.
Yep.
Driver focus is all about being focused while driving and driving the cars that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
But till you get there, you have to be life focused, right?
That's true.
What does it take to one day become the type of person that can, you know, get the cars that you want to drive and become the driver focus in the car that you want to drive one day?
Well, look, it's an extraordinary blessing. And if you're a person of faith, being able to pray to God that you are able to achieve these things and have the ability or the gifts that God has given you to get there is critical.
Right.
But my father, who was a high school math teacher who came to this country in the late 60s from Pakistan, he and my mother told me some very, very precious advice, and I'll share that with you as possibly one of the things that can be helpful to you. He used to ask me, Tanvir, what's the difference between a lump of coal and a diamond? And I said, well, Dad, I don't really know, but, you know, one's shiny and one's black and dirty. He said, they're both lumps of carbon, but a diamond is just a lump of coal that has withstood both pressure and time. So he's like, if you want to be great, you want to radiate brightly like a diamond, you want to achieve your dreams, you have to be able to withstand that pressure of discipline and hard work over a sustained period of time. And that's how you're going to get there.
Exactly. And it doesn't happen overnight, right? So it takes increments of 20, 30 minutes of discipline, day after day, months after months. But the whole point is to never give up on practicing that discipline.
Absolutely.
Amazing. All right, sweet. Thank you,
Dude,
Tanvir.
You're welcome, bro.
Super
Thank you.
appreciate
Happy
you.
to be here, man.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.